Hello ladies, and this is Auntie. I am coming to you with my review of The Little Women of Atlanta, Season 3, Episode 3. Before we get started, I would like to ask you to subscribe and like my channel and share wherever you share your YouTube videos. Anyway, come on and let's get started with talking about these little women. So we open up this episode with Juicy. Miss Juicy, baby. Tanya and Minnie having a discussion in a restaurant about what happened and transpired at Minnie's party. So Minnie is a little uncomfortable at the table because she didn't know that Miss Juicy baby was going to invite Tanya. And Juicy goes on to say that she invited Tanya because Tanya is a peacemaker. Really what Miss Juicy was saying, i.e., is I wanted her to come and confront you about what you said to Sam. Okay? So, anywho and anyway, I'm not one to gossip, so you didn't hear from me. So Minnie goes on to say that, she said what she said because Sam said what she said, and Tanya told Minnie basically at the table, you're the one that brought it up. If you did not want an altercation or confrontation at your party, you shouldn't have brought it up. And I agree with her 100%. If you are a woman and you're trying to woman up and be a woman about your stuff, then you know what? There's a time and a place for everything. If you have something that you want to say to somebody in the group, you're not really feeling them, you either deal with that issue before or after the fact, but you don't deal with it at the table. So kudos to Tanya for, putting that out there. And then, Miss Minnie is talking about, well, I'm going to talk to, we're going to see each other. Let me tell you something. This girl's character, her personality, and everything is just so out of whack. She has no coping skills, no ability to communicate properly. She lives in a false world that she has created for herself, her and her mama. And I really don't have any respect for Minnie. At first, when Little Women first came out, I really liked Minnie. But these last 2 seasons, I have not cared for her character at all. She has displayed just, I can't even begin to talk about how disappointed I have been with this chick. But anyway, I digress, and I'm going to move on to something else because I can use this video and spend this time to talk about Minnie. Many. But let's move on. So next thing we see the 2 twins, they're at the hospital for a doctor's appointment for little baby Audrey. And she still has a feeding tube in, and she's asking, about whether or not the feeding tubes can come out. And the doctor's telling her basically why they have to stay in, and then she gets an immunization shot. Before then, they were talking about, as they were waiting in the waiting room, they were talking about Chris. And, Chris not being there, and he has to go to court for parking violations. And the sister asks her, is it in Texas or in Atlanta? So it seems like this guy has records in both states or infractions in both states. Like, she really doesn't need him. She goes on later on in the episode to talk about how he's been asking to come back, and she told him that she didn't want him to come back. I find that really hard to believe. She is really, confused about where she is with him. Reality, I believe, is setting in because she's getting an opportunity to see her life on TV play out. And a lot of times as women, we get into these relationships. We believe in these men. We trust in them. But for real, we know when they are good men for us and when they're not. And I think that having an opportunity to see one's life makes you change the way that you process things, the way that you handle things. And it really makes you reflect on who you are and who you're really dating. I mean, I know that I have in the past been in a relationship with somebody who I believed in and I trusted. And he continued to tell me over and over again he would get it together, and I would give him chance after chance and opportunity after opportunity. So I don't find myself in a place of judging her as to where she is. However, I can't judge the behavior and say that she is an enabler and she needs to really move on with her life. But, as women, it takes us time to do that. And so I'm hoping that she really takes the opportunity to evaluate her relationship with him, evaluate her position as a mom, because remember, she still has the other little boy and she's not taking care of him. So if she wants to be a successful woman and a successful lady in life, it's her responsibility to take care of her kids. And sometimes you have to cut that man off, and it's okay to take care of a baby on your own. There are millions of women who have done it. And so it's okay. You're not by yourself. There's nothing in life that you are in by yourself. And there's always another success story that you can look at as a woman and make a change. So then moving on, we go and, we see Money, you know, go to this social club and ask the women, if there's an opportunity for them as little women to join with them. And the lady tells her that there's a masquerade party. And so all the women are supposed to go to this masquerade party, and they go out and they look for stuff. And Miss Juicy Baby tells them that she's not going to be able to go. Um, I'm just like, okay, this is a white social club. Are there not any black social clubs in Atlanta? I'm just saying. But anyway, I digress because, you can join any social club you want. But Money's concern was that, that they would look at them differently because they were little women. And come to find out that they did. They were taking pictures of them and looking at them, really weird and staring. And there were men at this masquerade party as well. And so, when the little women went to the masquerade party, it was really uncomfortable. And it would have been uncomfortable for me. It would have been uncomfortable for me because it wasn't any people there that represented me, any African American people that were there. And sometimes when you go into situations like that, it's really uncomfortable. One thing I can say is that they all look good and they were excited about, being there. But, they had that shadow hanging over their head with Minnie and Sam, being in an argument and whoop, 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 and boop, boop, boop. So Sam calls Minnie outside and tells Minnie, apologizes for what she said to Minnie and, bringing up the fact that Minnie had a previous arrest record. I wouldn't have apologized for Jack. The thing about it is if you're going to woman up and say what you got to say about somebody, then don't apologize. Think it out before you do it so that when you do it, you okay with what you did. Point blank and to the period. I just thought that this episode was really uneventful. It just, wasn't enough drama for me. And then not that I'm a person that's filled with drama, but it just wasn't enough. Tanya took her kids, let her kids go with their father for 30 days. And then, she talks to Samantha because Samantha ended up talking to Money about it. And then Money went and talked to Tanya about it. So Tanya was a little upset and confronted her about it. And she was like, well, I just felt like you needed somebody else to talk to. At the end of the day, those are Tanya's kids. And she's going to do whatever she needs to do or she feels is right for her kids. Who are me to judge? I'm not going to judge that situation either. I just thought that this was a wasted episode. They could have left a lot of this on the editor's floor and really given us more life. Even the thing about Minnie going to the restaurant and meeting with her mom and the boy. I thought that was just such a waste of time because Minnie is so desperate and hyped up. You mean to tell me that this was the first time that the mother met him? Good girl, bye. Good girl, sit down. And then you can see on one of the scenes where her little wig cap is showing. Minnie, get yourself together. Anyway, I had to get myself together. I had to back up off this thing. Y'all, week after week, when I talk about Minnie, I have to back up off this. But anyway, so hopefully next week's episode will be a little more eventful than this one. This one was just about, basically, I guess, laying some groundwork for what we're going to see in the future. Maybe we'll see Tanya's father not bring the kids back. Maybe we'll see, I don't know what we're going to see, but that's my review on the Little Women of Atlanta, and I'm hoping that you all liked it. Anyway, stay tuned for more reviews and stuff like that on my channel. I am so thankful again that you all have subscribed to my channel and that you enjoy my content, and it will be a ride, and I'm so glad that you are on this ride with me. Have a wonderful life, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.